They say humans are the only species that fear death. That's a lie. I learned the truth on a cold October night when my roommate, Kale, sat across from me in our tiny apartment and said 6 words that shattered everything. Grace, I need you to kill me. Let me back up. Kale wasn't human. He was Talvirian from a planet orbiting twin suns somewhere near Andromeda. He'd been living on Earth for 2 years as part of the Interspecies Integration Program. The government placed him with me because I was the only student desperate enough to take a non-human roommate for half the rent. Most people avoided aliens. They were scared, uncomfortable. But Kyle, he was the best roommate I'd ever had. Quiet, clean, he paid rent early. He even cooked these weird purple noodles that tasted like heaven. We'd watch movies together, argue about music, and laugh at stupid memes until 3 a.m. He looked almost human. Pale blue skin. Eyes like fractured glass that changed color with his mood. Silver hair that moved on its own when he was thinking. 3 fingers on each hand instead of 5. But honestly, after a week, I stopped noticing. That night, though, his eyes were black. Completely black. And his hair lay flat against his head, lifeless. What did you just say? I whispered, my coffee mug frozen halfway to my lips. I need you to kill me, Cal repeated. His voice was calm. Too calm. Before midnight. It's 9:17 now. We have 2 hours and 43 minutes. I set the mug down carefully. Cal, if this is a joke, it's not. He stood and walked to the window. The city lights reflected off his skin. I'm dying, Grace. The earth is killing me slowly. But tonight it accelerates. My throat tightened. What do you mean? He turned to face me. Every Talvirian has a biological countdown. A failsafe built into our DNA. If we stay too long on a foreign planet, our bodies trigger a self-destruct sequence. It's meant to protect our species from contamination. That's insane. It's survival. He sat back down. When the countdown reaches 0, I won't just die, I'll transform. Into something violent. Mindless. A creature driven only by one instinct to return home. I'll destroy everything in my path. Buildings. People. You. I stared at him. How long do you have? Maybe less. His glass eyes shimmered. The transformation is horrific, painful. And once it starts, I won't be me anymore. I'll be a monster wearing my face. Then let me call someone. I grabbed my phone. The integration office, the military, someone. They'll lock me in a containment unit and study me while I turn. His voice broke. I've seen the videos, Grace. From other Talvirians who didn't have a choice. They screamed for days. Alone, in metal cages, tears blurred my vision. Kyle, I can't. I trust you. He reached across the table and placed his hand over mine. His skin was ice, cold. You're the only person on this planet who ever treated me like I mattered. Not as an alien. Not as a science project. As a friend. I pulled my hand away. There has to be another way. There isn't. He stood and walked to his room. A moment later, he returned holding a small silver device. It looked like a pen. This is a neural disruptor. 1 pulse to the base of my skull. Instant. Painless. I won't feel anything. He set it on the table between us. I can't do this, I whispered. You can. He knelt beside me. Because you're brave and kind. And because you're the only one I want with me at the end. I sat on the couch, the neural disruptor in my lap, watching Kale pack a small bag. He moved slowly, carefully, like he was trying to memorize every moment. What are you doing? I asked. Gathering things I want you to keep. He pulled out a small crystal cube. Inside, colors swirled like liquid galaxies. This holds my memories, my family, my childhood. If you ever meet another Talvirian, give this to them. They'll know what it means. He placed it on the coffee table. Next, he pulled out a photo. It was us. Taken at the park last summer. We were eating ice cream and laughing. He was wearing a ridiculous baseball cap I'd bought him as a joke. That was a good day, he said softly. It was. My voice cracked. He sat beside me. Can I tell you something? I nodded. When I first came to Earth, I was terrified. Everything was wrong. The air, the gravity, the sounds. I wanted to go home so badly. He smiled. But then I met you. And for the first time, I felt like maybe I could belong somewhere. Even if just for a little while. Tears spilled down my cheeks. Kale, thank you, he whispered. For giving me that. The first sign came at 10:32. Kale gasped and doubled over, clutching his chest. His skin rippled like water. The pale blue darkened to deep navy. It's starting, he choked out. No, 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 I grabbed his shoulders. Fight it! I can't. His eyes flickered. Black, silver. Black again. Grace, please. Before I lose myself, I looked at the neural disruptor on the table. My hand shook. I can't do it, I sobbed. Cal, I can't. He grabbed my face, forcing me to look at him. Yes, you can, 'cause you love me and I love you. And this is the only mercy left. His hair began to writhe, twisting into sharp, jagged spikes. I held the disruptor, my finger on the trigger. Kyle knelt in front of me, his back to me, his head bowed. "Do you have any regrets?" I whispered. "Only one," he said. "That I didn't tell you sooner how much you meant to me." "Cal, it's okay." His voice was soft. "I'm ready." I raised the device. My hand trembled. I couldn't breathe. "Grace," he said, "it's okay." "I forgive you." I pressed the trigger. Nothing happened. I pressed again. Nothing. What? I looked at the device. A small red light blinked. Empty. KL turned slowly. His eyes were fully black now. His skin cracked, glowing from within. "Run," he rasped. "No, rah!" His body convulsed. Bones snapped and reformed. His fingers stretched into claws. I didn't run. Instead, I did the only thing I could think of. I hugged him. I wrapped my arms around him and held on as his body twisted and burned. "I'm not leaving you," I whispered. "I'm not leaving you alone." And then something impossible happened. The transformation stopped. Kyle gasped. His skin stopped rippling. The cracks faded. His eyes flickered black, silver black, and then amber. He collapsed into my arms, shaking. What did you do?" he whispered. "I don't know." Later, we learned the truth. A Talvirian scientist contacted us. Apparently, there was one way to stop the countdown. Something so rare, the government didn't want anyone to know. A human emotional bond. When I refused to let go, when I chose him over my own safety, it triggered something in his biology. A rewrite, a new failsafe. Love. Cal didn't have to die. And I didn't have to lose him. 2 years later, Kale and I still live together. He still cooks those weird purple noodles. We still watch movies until 3 a.m. But now, sometimes when I look at him, his eyes flash amber. And I know I saved him, not with a weapon, but with something stronger.